I'm really proud to have been associated with the trip. It came out, I should say, it exceeded all of our expectations. We fulfilled all three of our goals that we had set for ourselves. We feel like we have told a great story on the 75th anniversary of the 1924 climb, and with the help of MountainZone, we've brought that story to people all over the world. Secondly, we conducted a thorough search for physical evidence of the 1924 climb, and we were fortunate to be able to find, obviously, George Mallory and other evidence from their climb. So we're happy that we bring to the table new clues as to what happened to Mallory and Irvine 75 years ago. Finally, we were able to conduct a technical evaluation of the second step. Conrad Anker climbed the second step and comes back and gives us a report on just how difficult it really was. And again, that provides additional evidence and clues about whether or not Mallory and Irvine could have climbed it. So, in summary, I'm really happy and proud. It was a terrific trip and a great team, and we worked well together. I'm really happy how it turned out. We didn't have any arguments to speak of that I can recall. Maybe a few discussions and whatnot, which would be expected. But we worked exceptionally well together. I'd climbed with most of these people before, and that experience that we'd had working with each other in the past certainly paid off. I think a team works well together when there's a lot of respect amongst the members, and we all had a lot of respect for each other, and we really worked well together. I like to think that we make deposits in the karma bank as we go along, and I know that over the years I've had a lot of good expeditions, and I've had some that haven't been so good. Eventually the pendulum kind of goes back and forth, and sometimes you hit a home run, and other times you don't, and that's just part of the expedition game. I think we were all very hopeful that we'd be successful, but I don't think we went into the trip expecting success. We knew that we'd have to work hard. We thought we had a good chance of finding something, and we felt it was worth taking that risk. And I would emphasize that there was a lot of risk that we took, not just putting ourselves in physical danger, though at 27,000 feet we did experience some of that, but there was a lot of risk associated with the fundraising, risk associated with the scrutiny by our peers, and risk associated with looking like a bunch of idiots. So I think we all felt like we had something to prove, and we were under some pressure to do as good a job as we could. We certainly didn't take it lightly. We had been led to expect that we might find Andrew Irvine, in part because his ice axe was speculated to have been found in 1933 just immediately above the yellow band. Also, I think we were each prejudiced in a bit because we all thought that Mallory might have disappeared higher up on the mountain. I know personally I thought that they had perhaps split up. That was the scenario that I had in my mind, and that I always thought that perhaps Irvine had descended alone and Mallory had continued on up. So I think that we had each come to the conclusion that it was more likely to find Irvine, and when the body was found, it was natural that we made that assumption. I'd like to think that we do bring new evidence to the table, new clues that might ultimately lead us to the ability to make a better determination of what actually happened in 1924. A number of important clues were new, and we're still processing a lot of this information and still trying to come to a conclusion. We're examining the evidence, and ultimately we hope in our book, which will be published by the Mountaineers this autumn, to be able to make some definitive statement about the 1924 climb.